Welcome back to Kaiserpunk, this new grand strategy city builder. What do I mean by that? Basically, it is a game that is mixing both the pure city building aspect, you can see over here, this is my starting city, where I have a couple of houses, tier 1 houses, but in the future we'll get tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. We have production chains, right? For example, this grain here, or this grain farm, this grain field is making wheat, that is then sent to the flour mill is then sent to the bakery, that is then sent to the depot, right? So we have production chains that are going to be some very simple, some very complex. We have electricity, water, all those type of things. But we also have the world map over here where we can create battalions of ground troops, soldiers, tanks, etc., but also battalions of boats, battalions of planes, etc. And then with this we're gonna try to conquer the world. We start with one region over here, in our case Central Europe, for this tutorial, and we're gonna want and expand. There's gonna be AI on the map, etc. So this is where the grand strategy comes into play. This game just released on the 21st of March. I've made already a couple of videos on it, including what do I think about the game, as well as the first tutorial video. This is going to be the second tutorial video because, as you can see, we have done some of the basics. We have, as I said, one tier of population, and we have given them what they want. We've given them some vegetables, some bread, as well as some clothes and some newspaper. So those laborers have what they want. But in this episode, we're going to expand. We're going to want different tiers of population. We're going to start making weapons ourselves, etc. So I hope you're excited. But as I said, don't hesitate to check the video description below for the previous episodes. So our first mission over here following the tutorial is to build an iron mine. Why? Because we're trying to make now some weapons ourselves. So if we go into the mining buildings, we have over here coal, we have also iron. Now we need to find iron. There's some over here, so that's good. And I'm sure there are some others. You can see some there. There is also some here. Okay, let's actually use that one because that one is already very close, to electricity and things like this. So I think this is a perfect place. I'm just wondering which side am I putting it in. Okay, I think we're gonna put it this side here with a quick road, and maybe we have enough space to place something there. I mean, it could just be electricity because we have 30 electricity. That's not huge, but that's okay. That's not bad. Then we're gonna want also a coal mine. Right? So in the case of coal, I can see there is some coal there, but there's also some coal very close here, and this one is already in range of this depot, and the other coal is pretty far. So yeah, I think we're gonna put it on this side, and may actually put another depot. We'll see later. What is important though is to put a road for sure, otherwise it's not gonna work. But it is. We have resources from those natural deposits. Deposits will be crucial indeed. If we are going to properly supply our troops, we need a functioning arms production chain, right? But before, we need the raw materials. We got the mining, coal, etc. Oh no, we need also more. We need a zinc mine. There is one just here. Yeah. Okay. In front of battalion, first battalion. Now this is too far from any depot though, so we do need to create a depot next door. Let's put it here, and let's put a door there. Oh, not a door, a road. So it is. We have put now this. For this to work though, we're gonna need more people. You can see our laborers number are pretty low. So I think what we're gonna start to do is start making another block people over here and a road there. Done. Good. You may be wondering why I left the space there. It's because I'm thinking maybe we should actually put some decorations. No, I don't have a lot of decorations, but why not? Like at least one tree. Let's start with one tree. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. So anyway, with this we got a lot of new people that have joined, right? And so we can continue with the copper mine. And remember, this is the tutorial. In a normal game you may not be doing all of these at the same time, but because it's a tutorial, they show us of all of those type of things at once. Okay, we're gonna want a road and a depot there too. So done, and a depot next to it. Yeah, up, done. Excellent. I can see our miners going to work with their heads held high. City is thriving. Now comes the challenging part. The ore that our workers have gathered need to be properly processed and turned into advanced materials. Right? Things like, in your smelter, you're gonna make iron and things like this. Right? Steel and brass. So this is one of those buildings that have multiple production chains. Right? You can see we can do the steel, the brass, the lead, and the silver. In this case over here, this is going to require electricity. right? So we can put it there, or we can put it where we already have electricity. I'm thinking we put it where we already have electricity, like this corner there. Seems good. Okay, so we're gonna want 2 smelters, they say. Why can't I build it here? No, I can. Oh, there was a small problem for a sec, but anyway. Small road, up, done. So they're gonna need the resources, right? And they just need the resources. They have electricity, they have money, they have laborers. What we may want to do though is, like we did for the wood, we keep one on steel, and the second one we're gonna change it to brass, right? So the brass is gonna take copper and zinc, versus the steel is gonna take iron and coal. I have to say, to be honest, that it may not be always the easiest to recognize some of these. So maybe, you know, like the difference between zinc and iron, not very telling. So if the devs wants to continue working on that, that'd be great. But yeah, here it is. Now you can see trucks delivering some of these resources, and then when they're done, they're going to deliver here, unless we start putting things next door. So that's the idea, obviously. Try to limit the number of trucks that needs to move around. I'm not sure why here. Why is this not starting? We have tons of iron, but 0 coal. The coal is from here, right? No, this is the iron. The coal was this one here. Oh, I know what's happening. Is that this is way too far. Not way too far, but pretty far. So let's build a depot just next door. That should solve all of our problems. Because now the coal can be delivered here directly, right, instead of having to go far. And so here it is. The furnaces are roaring. The blaze of fire can be seen from far away. Before we start the factories, we need skilled labor. Current workforce is not sufficiently skilled to tackle the complex industrial production. So we're gonna need to get new houses and other incentive, like the hell we bought last time. Okay, so here it is. We move now from laborers to manufacturers. Right? So we're gonna want to place new types of houses. These are here, manufacturers' houses. Let's put them on this side here. And by the way, you may have realized that there's a couple of models already. Not that many, but still, it's good for the start of the game. Oh, they're asking for 5 actually. Sorry, my bad. So let's take one more. Good, and a road here in the middle. Good. I can see new faces in the city, eager to work. I hope so. It's time to provide full employment for the newcomers. They are skilled enough, so we can count on their efficiency. Without further ado, let's build factories to start arm production. We also have over here potential level up, but before we do this, indeed, let's follow, you know, what they say and build a factory. We will also have to see there that, you know, they have a lot more needs, right? A lot of needs versus the previous one. So we're gonna need to be careful with that. But yeah, we have, you know, the factory. This is going to take, for example, lumber and steel to make handguns, or to make steel and rubber to make rifles, etc., etc. I am going to put it next to that, because that way we don't need to deliver the steel too far. Right, and I guess we'll be able to also connect these two here. Let's see. If I put it there, this is going to be a bit wasted. No, I could actually put electricity there. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so electricity, indeed, we only have 5 left. So let's put a bit more of electricity on this corner here. Windmill. And in the future, of course, we'll get other type of electricity, but it's a good start. I can see we are super low on plywood, by the way. Not good. Okay, they want 2 factories, not 1. My bad. So I guess the next one is going to be potentially doing what? Maybe it's going to be doing food rations, the next one. So if that's the case, you probably want to put it close to the food. Right? Okay, so it is. Let's build it there, like I said. I could have put it, by the way, into planning mode. Right? Maybe I'll show you that next time we don't have enough resources for something. Okay, so this one is connected. We need one that's going to do handgun. So actually, I think it's this one that should be doing handgun. Yeah, it is. So this one is going to take the lumber and the steel. The steel comes from over here. The lumber comes... it comes from this side. So what we may want to do is just move that one closer. It doesn't fit there, I think. But even if we just put it there, that's fine. Because this is going to take the wood from here and then deliver it there. So that way we need less trucks, right? It can go directly from this building to that one. And yeah, on the other side here, we're going to do the food rations because it's bread and vegetables. We have the bread next door and the vegetables over here. Okay, so yeah, that should also get started soon, no? Oh no, we're missing maybe electricity or something like this. Let's check over here. Yes, we're missing electricity. We are producing enough, but we don't have a power substation. And we will need anyway electricity, I think, for people, etc. in the future, so it's fine. Let's put it there. It fits nicely. Okay, our industrial revolution has begun. The supplies we need should be available shortly, right? One factory alone can't meet all the supplies, that's why we have specialized factories, right? So these are going to be for high-end productions. For example, here we have a munition factory. This is for the ammunition that's going to use cellulose and brass, okay? Artillery shell will lose lead and chemicals, and then bombs will be chemicals plus steel. It will take 60, so we can go into the planning mode, right? And with that, we're going to be able to place it. It's going to take, as we said, cellulose, which should be made over here, right? And it's going to take the brass, which is made over there. So that feels like a perfect place to put it, except, okay, I may need to rotate that one and put it there. Or maybe I just put it here. It's fine. It's not the cleanest layout. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, here, if we go over here, you can see now we place the blueprint. And when we get enough resource, like right now, we can click on build and actually build it. So it is. The cellulose, as I said, should be produced somewhere over here. No? Where's my cellulose? Here it is. My cellulose is there. And the brass is over here. Right? So yeah, this is perfect. Here it is. Now that you're familiar with specialized factories, it will be easier to plan resource production. One step closer to the goal, Governor. Before we give the marching orders, we need heavy equipment to break our enemies' back. While it might not be ready during the army assembly, it will form the crucial backbone of our armies in the future. I implore you to look into tank production. We already have some tanks from former unit, but there are not enough of them, okay? So yeah, they want us to build a vehicle factory, where you can see many things, right? Field guns, under guns, field oysters, oyster, I have no clue how to pronounce it, sorry about that. Heavy artillery, tank, and much more. Oh, we're getting attacked again! Or is it me attacking this time? No, I think we're getting attacked. No, sorry, we're not. They found something. During our retreat, we passed an abandoned military depot with heavy equipment. It might be a long shot, but we could send our guys to see if there's anything there. So that's the idea. I sent somebody there. He's gonna check. Oh. You're not Assassin's Creed, huh, clearly. Our men have found functional tanks in an abandoned depot. It seems that during the Astley retreat or perhaps desertion, the brass overlooked them. Okay, they will serve us well. So we can find it over here at the bottom, right? This is, I think, what they're talking about. The Beast of Iron, yes, sure. Queuing production, yeah, okay. So here we need to repair this building, so we can take it. It requires 50 manufacturers. We have 0 right now, so we need to go and build more houses. It's not too hard to do that. Let's copy, place a few. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I said before, no, I'm still in the planning mode. Sorry, forgot about that. So we want to build them now. Oh, actually, good thing I put them in planning mode, because look at my problem. We don't have enough plywood. If it was, again, not the tutorial, the reality is our plywood production probably would be a lot bigger. Right now we only have 1 forester and 1 member yarn for plywood. This is easy. This is enough at the beginning. This is not enough after that, right? So we would have to increase this. Now, because this is a tutorial, I'm kind of quickly going through what they're saying, but yeah, you're gonna want, you know, to keep that in mind, of course. And maybe we should actually just do it right now. We could also look over here at this, because I haven't showed you that before. So let's look, for example, at a wood. Where is my wood? It's here at the bottom, right? We can see our stock, we can see how much we're producing and how much we're using. So in terms of total, right, the balance right now is +6. So that is good, right? We know that we are producing more than what we're using. On the other hand, our vegetable, right, we're producing 10, we're using 20. That is not good. We're gonna have to fix that, right? So we're gonna want to fix this. The newspaper, we're not producing enough, okay? That's not great. Then there's some advanced resources we're not producing enough. Okay, fish, yeah. So you can see that there's clothes also we're not producing enough. We're gonna need to fix bread, we're not producing enough. Okay, there's quite a few things actually that we would need to fix if it was a real game. But I think we're gonna get started indeed to do a bit more of that production of wood. So let's go. The forester is over here. I'm gonna put a second forester maybe in the back there. But more importantly, we have now 50, actually we have 60 manufacturers. So let's salvage this to get 10 infantry tanks. After you either build those tanks or you salvage them like we did, right, we're gonna be able to expand our battalion to add an army unit. So we're gonna click over here, right, and instead of just having a militia or a field gun unit, right, we can have this one, the infantry tank. It will take more recruits, it will take also 30 infantry tanks, right? So it's a good thing we have some. But yeah, this is obviously stronger, right? You can see damage versus land is 25, this one was 10. Health, this one was 30, this is now 75, so a lot better, right? But yeah, it is, we're starting to build it. It's gonna take, you know, a bit of time, 8%, 30%, right? Gonna take a second. By the way, you can queue, right? It's not just like one. If I want to make more, I can make more. In this case, again, this is a tutorial, so I'm just following the tutorial, not going crazy. But speaking of which, maybe we should do like another vegetable production. Oh, but I'm low on laborers, so we also need some laborers, which means maybe let's build a first laborer high-rise. So instead of having 30 laborers, we're gonna have now 80. This will take a bit more space, but not a lot more, right? So this is, at the end of the day, a good idea for having a lot of laborers. It does require, you know, production as always. So I'm sure my production of, or my consumption of vegetable has increased even more. That's okay, that's okay. The training of the unit is still in progress. So let's continue, maybe putting now one here for the bread. Actually, I didn't check, sorry. Maybe I am making enough grain and it's just the bread that I'm not making enough. So we can check that quickly together. Again, in the resource panel, right? I can check the grain. We're making 20 and we're only using 5. So that's what I just mentioned. Actually, we shouldn't have made another grain farm, but that's okay. That's okay. Vegetable, we are producing 20 using 23. So we're gonna need actually this one a third. Flour, again, we're only using 3 and we're producing 8. So the reality is what I really need is just more bakeries, which is this one here. Yes. So let's copy bakery here and the bakery there. Oh no, oh, I should have done the other side. Sorry, my bad. Let's move it. There's already a road there, so it is. We have 2 more bakeries, right? And as we said, we don't really need that one. Instead, what we need is another one of these. Okay, let's go here and place a road. Let's, or maybe not, just like this. Okay, now we have built the tank, so we just need to deploy it, right, on the map. Gonna take again a small day, 1 day. That's okay. Feels like we're gonna need another labor high-rise, because I am making a lot of production. But yeah, with this, now if we check again these, we can see that my wood now, I'm producing a lot, using more, but this is for my plywood. Instead of 10, I'm making 40 now, so that's great. The vegetables, right, we are now producing 30 and using 26, so we're happy. And the bread, we're producing 30 and using 26, so we're happy too. So yeah, then clothes, oh no, flour, we would need a bit more flour. Okay, that's fine. We also need more newspapers and more clothes. But yeah, that's a good progress. Let's go on the one map to see, you know, my new battalion should have these guys soon. Okay, our enemies will soon learn to fear our might. Speaking of fear, Howard is awake and sober. Who is Howard? Douglas Howard. Nothing is better than a good sleep to sober you up. Douglas is my name. I'm here to see how you handle yourself. Okay. I guess you gave them quite the beating the first time they attacked you. They ran, right? But now they brought more men and they entrenched themselves. So we've got to do something new as well, right? With a new mechanical wonder, it's time to end this game. Give the order and let's teach them a lesson. So basically, we have now a troop, right? There's still some soldiers that have been reinforced, and we also have some tanks. So with this, right, we're going to be able to attack. As they mentioned, you know, every terrain is going to be different and all of this. So you need to be careful, but obviously what you do want to check is also, okay, my strengths or my health and my strengths, their health, their strengths, right? seems like we should be fine. But yeah, you want to be careful, especially when you're attacking. Maybe they have some defenses and things like this. So it is. We have been defeated, right? We failed to conquer. Now, to be precise, it's not like an actual defeat. It's not like we lost a lot of troops, they lost a lot of troops, but because they still have some, it's not finished. That's what it means, right? So we didn't manage to take it over, but we did, do a lot of damage and all of this. Now, what we can do, oh no, not what we can. What we have to do now is we have to wait. The army is in cooldown, so it cannot attack right away. But while this is happening, what we can do is reinforce, my troops over here, because they lost a bit. My tanks didn't lose anything, so that's fine, right? So basically, this is, I think, also an interesting mechanics to make sure that an AI cannot attack you in one, minute. And similarly for you, when you want to attack, enemies, it's not like it can happen in one turn, or in one day you kill everybody, right? It's going to take a bit of time, which I think makes sense. So it is. Yeah, we're doing now the second assault, right? Hopefully this will be the last. I see their health is very low. No, it's not the last. They have 2 of health left. Okay. But the next time, obviously the cooldown is starting again now. The next time should probably be, the right one. Let's reinforce again, because, the stronger we are, the least we're going to lose, right, of people. By the way, you can see here that these are different resources. These are not the same resources we had on the main city map. This is about my food ration, on my ammunitions, right? Artillery shells, bombs, diesels. We have also my infantry weapon in stock, right? Tank in stocks, ships, fighters, bombers, right? There's many others. And on the other hand, if you want, you can add, for example, you can say, oh, I'm going to put my bread, because I'm a bit worried that my bread is going low. So this way you can still check the bread while you're still on this map here, right? But more importantly, let's attack them. I think, they haven't been able to reinforce themselves, so we should be able to kill them very quickly now. There it is. I think they're all dead. You can see. Here it is. Victory. Your troops have marched into the region's capital. So now, right, we are taking over this city, this region there, the West Balkans. Beaten to a pulp, Governor. The enemy is shattered and unable to fight anymore. That will teach them not to mess with us. My business is war, while Mitchell deals with the boring stuff. So he's a war general, I guess. Which is strange because Mitchell looks like a general. But anyway, I trust that your foray into enemy territories was successful. Now onto the harder part. It's time to stabilize this territory because, again, this is grand strategy. We need to take over this and make sure that we actually manage this region. Okay, so here we have now a new city. Oops, no, that's not around here. This is the West Balkan. We have also one here, right? And we have this one there. We're going to be able to build some upgrades to put some troops into garrison. We're also going to see that it will provide us with some resources. In this case, some grapes, some zinc, and some brass. It will help with immigration, as I said. It will take a bit of upkeep, right? So again, you cannot just go crazy in your expansion. You need to keep those things in mind. But as I said, the key interesting things is you'll be able to build some upgrades. In this case here, they suggest that we build a propaganda bureau to help stabilize the region. So we have multiple things, outpost, propaganda bureau, factory complex, mining site, infrastructure, farming center, air base, and tax office. Each of them will do different things. For example, the tax office, right? It will increase the income in the region, but it will decrease the stability. On the other hand, a propaganda office, right, will increase the immigration interest, so people will join more your capital, but it will cost obviously some resources to build, 50 plywood, 50 bricks, and it will also have some upkeep, right? But yes, this says you should build this, so let's build it. It's gonna take a second to actually be built, right? But with this, right, we're gonna be able to have more things. So it is 10 hours left, and then we get this new building, which will increase our upkeep, but give us some higher immigration. Right now it's 42211. Let's see once it's built. Okay, it's been built. A propaganda bureau along with a station army should pacify the civilization population. Chapter 3. Pest per aspera ad astra. That's, I guess, Latin. I stopped Latin a long time ago, so I don't know it yet anymore. But yes, they started from nothing and rose from greatness. All the troubles that plague them have vanished under my rule. Looking at their city, man marvels at how far they have come. Yet evil never sleeps. The enemies has revealed its face, and one final battle remains, one last charge. The governor and his men will need to end this once and for all. I found Rome built of bricks, liver claws in marble. Augustus. Interesting. So here is the city we have built, ladies and gents. It's pretty cool. No, it's not. That doesn't look like my city. I'm like, wait, that doesn't look like my city. Looks pretty well organized, but it's not mine. There is an airport there and everything. Wow. There is even... Okay. The wheels are turning. We're growing and prospering, and we have accomplished a lot. Peace in our time, Governor. But somebody's attacking us with a plane. That is going to crash into one of my building vehicles. What the hell is going on, Governor? Take cover. The danger might not be over yet. So, declaration of war. The headhunters have declared war on us. A shit show, pardon my French, Governor. We have received a formal declaration of war on the enemy forces. It appears that various units, spearheaded by the military police from a former army, have banded together, and they call themselves the headhunters. They express their desire to court-martial all of us. Okay, interesting. At least they had the decency to issue a formal declaration of war after they bombed us. Okay. I suggest we eliminate this threat quickly. Before we commit ourselves to any kind of offensive operation, we should secure our capital against further threats, right? So we must fortify our region, okay? So we want, to have some anti-air, basically. Garrisons, we be able to research, but remember that it takes upkeep. Here we can see, by the way, this is a friendly republic, and this is an hostile. So we have two enemies on this map. And this is what you can see on the world map here, right? We have the Balkans, the Alpine, North Africa, and Nile Plains that are all under this Prime Minister Paris Steins of the Greek Republic. But then we have, the enemy there that has these regions here. So they have quite a lot of regions. They also have, as you can see, quite a few things on the map, right? Air Force, battalions, etc. So we're gonna have to be careful because we only have, we have 3 regions now. Okay, so we got a 3rd region. That's good, Western Europe. We could potentially expand also onto those neutral ones, right? But for sure, what we're gonna want to do is attack this guy. But I think we'll do that in our next episode. Our 3rd and final episode for the tutorial, where we're gonna be able to play with the Navy, with the Air Force, and much more. I hope you're excited. Smash like button. I hope to see you next time.